The Sciforror Film Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Sciforror Film Podcast. I am Andy Walker, and my son, who appears to be wearing a gingham tablecloth, is here with me. Hello, Scott.
Wearing a gingham tablecloth is my shirt.
Oh, how you doing? All right?
It's just big enough to be a tablecloth. Yeah, I'm okay. Just dealing with the fact that the weather's changing again and it's going all over the place, and I don't like it.
It's been hot today.
Yeah, it just seems to be very all over the place at the moment. It's really bizarre. And
Been a bit humid.
yes, how are you, Father? How's
All right. Sorry, I'm just looking at the volume. Looking at the volume on my microphone, or trying to. It's the opposite side of where I'm sitting, so.
look like you got confused by the back of the mic?
I get confused by the microphone. I get confused by lots of things at the moment. Some of them, yes. I've been reliving my youth at the moment, to be honest. I have been watching on Amazon Prime. I have been rewatching the original 1960s series of The Outer Limits.
Ooh.
It was kind of that and things like The Forbidden Planet and The Day the Earth Stood Still and things like that were my kind of introduction to science fiction on television and everything. That, you know, and obviously Star Trek and Doctor Who, but
Yeah.
they were my introduction to different types of science fiction, you know, because they were quite different stories a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I used to watch that a lot of the time, and then I used to watch Twilight Zone and later Night Gallery, which was
Yeah.
more kind of Twilight Zone and Night Gallery were kind of more mystery or supernatural or even horror based stuff. Whereas the Outer Limits was all science fiction. But it's good stuff. It's just fun rewatching
Yeah.
old
I said,
black and white 1960s TV shows.
I've got to admit, I remember watching some of the original Twilight ones with you, the Twilight Zone ones and stuff like that. And they were very, I think that's again the same sort of thing. It got me into a lot of sci-fi and a lot of weird and wonderful stuff.
I must admit I liked the Twilight Zone and I like the Outer Limits, but I think Night Gallery was one I preferred because that was more horror.
Yeah. Well, see, for my generation, it was more Goosebumps and like Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah. So anyway, other than that, I've just been bumbling on through and watching some films and doing some other things and stuff. That's what I'm talking about now. So yes, shall we get on with it?
Yes.
This week we are doing horror.
Yeah.
And we have two short films and I have been reliably informed a classic, modern classic, I suppose, horror film. But there you go. Right, so the first of our two short films is from 2025, and it's a film called Disposable. This is from Hot Cherry Productions, and the writer-director is James Malcolm, and the cast is Annie Rose Tate, Gavin Pettifor.
Yes.
And the synopsis says, when a young woman moves into her new home, she unpacks more than just her belongings. something that holds more than just memories. With every click of the shutter, something sinister draws closer. Dun
Yes.
dun dun. Um, yeah. What do you reckon?
I think this is aimed. I'd say before you start, I like this. I think it's a very good um, storytelling. The cinematography too is really good. I do think though the problem with the whole disposable camera thing
Right.
is it's aimed at a very older market.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I
no.
don't think there'll be very many younger people, especially past my generation, that are gonna look at it and go, "What's a disposable camera?"
Possibly, yeah. But I mean,
But other than
they may have come across them.
yeah, but other than that, I think it's really good. I like the premise, especially some of the editing of the sort of near the end with the creature
Yeah,
when it moves. I think was very well done.
yeah. I mean, I think it's a good short film. I mean, the idea isn't completely original. I mean, we've
No,
seen other films where cameras are taking photographs and things like that. But and in the end, this is basically just a build up to a jump scare.
yeah,
But it's well made and it's a good story. Although I'm a bit dubious about a few things, it works okay. My problem with it
yeah,
is the fact that personally, I would have freaked out because okay, we see her finding one disposable camera.
yep,
She takes photographs on it.
yep,
We never see anything about her sending them off, and then she gets an envelope with those photographs in it.
yep.
And she's still got the disposable camera, so she hasn't sent it anywhere.
No,
So it's the same day that she's taken the photos. Those photos turn up in an envelope through her door. At that point, I would have thrown the camera away and left the flat.
see, I personally I agree. If I got to that point, even if I'd gone, you know what, maybe it's just whatever, gone past that point. Looking through the photos,
Yeah,
especially the one where she gets out and freaks out on, I'd be like, "Nah, I'm gone.
yeah.
I'm
Honestly,
sorry. Nah,
you
that's
get those
enough, mate."
photos, you see them, and you wouldn't take more, and then those photos come through the door almost immediately, and it's like I mean, when the first photos came through, I would have looked at those and thought, "There's some creepy shit going on here. I'm out."
Yeah, but it's just I think there's a couple of moments in the whole of it where I've gone, "Nah, I'm done."
Yeah,
But even sort of pushing past the whole storyline part, it's again the whole you hearing noises in a house. You would, especially if you're that freaked out already. I wouldn't walk towards them.
no, I
And I
mean,
wouldn't use.
okay,
That'd be funny. I wouldn't use a flash on a disposable camera to try and light up the room.
no, and yeah, I mean that's okay. I mean that aside, I agree with what you were saying. You know, the actual the character of the creature, whatever, is well done, and the jump scare bit is well done at the end.
Yeah,
Um, I'm just picking silly holes now, really.
I
But
said, yeah, no, I am as well. But I think the bits where the photo takes and you can see when it's in the room and then suddenly it's like there's nothing there with a flash and then you see bits move. I
yeah,
think that filming and that way of doing it is amazing.
yeah, no, it was very well done, very good. Okay, on to our second short film. This is again from 2025, and this is a film called Mugs. This is from Paper Cup Films, a film made by David Padilla and Samuel DeAngelis. The cast is Carlo Marx and Gene Rossellino. The synopsis says, returning home to be with his sick father, a driven entrepreneur uncovers a tragic secret that forces him to confront his own priorities. Now, I like this film. I think it looks good. The acting is good, and um, the story works well. It's got some really good effects and makeup in it. Um, Obviously, I don't know. It's kind of about dementia and also illness in old age and that kind of
Yeah,
thing. Um, but I thought it was a really well done film. I mean, it's sort of
yeah. It's I sort of agree. It's the cinematography, the filming, the actual camera work. I think was amazing. The makeup work on the husband, I thought was really good. And this slight sort of not knowing what was going on until that moment when you see where everything starts falling into place. But yeah, it was. I think it was a bit hard to watch for me personally, but that's just for personal reasons.
yeah, yeah.
But I think I wouldn't class this as a horror though. I get the
No,
fact that there's horror aspects to it with the whole dead body and stuff like that, but for me, I don't know. I don't see the horror in it. It's more of a
no,
shock value,
yeah.
but it's.
It's a
I
kind
wouldn't
of
class
dark
it as a
drama,
horror.
really.
Yeah,
It's yeah, it's more of a dark drama than a horror film as such.
yeah.
But
It's a
yeah,
shame because
no, I agree.
it's not that that takes anything away from it. I
No,
still think it's an amazing film. It is very well done. The filming too, the acting too was amazing,
yeah,
and the fact that it's not really knowing what's going on until the last minute. And I think it's a good film. It's an amazing, but for me personally, I wouldn't class it as a horror.
no, no, I agree. I do agree with you.
And I think if it had been portrayed as a dark drama, it would again it would be so much better than being classed or categorized in just that horror phase.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, completely. Okay. Right, on to our feature film. Now, this is from 2001, which is why I say it's sort of classed as a modern classic. It's from 2001 and it's the film Jeepers Creepers.
That's really depressed me. The fact that stuff from 2001 is classed as a modern classic.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Does that mean I'm there classed as like an antique?
not quite vintage, maybe, you know what I mean?
Indeed.
Uh, this is done by United Artists and American Zoetrope. The writer-director of this is Victor Salva. Um, the executive producer of this film, which means the person who basically put their name to it to make and maybe a little bit of money, was Francis Ford Coppola,
Yes.
which is, you know, there you go. The cast is Gina Phillips, Justin Long, Jonathan Breck, uh, Patricia Belcher, Brandon Smith, and Elaine Brennan. The synopsis for this from IMDb says a brother and sister driving home through isolated countryside for spring break encounter a flesh eating creature which is in the midst of its ritualistic eating spree. Now,
Yeah.
this is the first time I've ever seen this film, and I'm
Oh,
glad
okay.
I didn't read that synopsis before
Yeah.
because I watched this and I know I'm kind of late to the show with this because it's 2001, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
But um, I was honestly expecting, and whilst I was watching it, I thought it was a straightforward slasher movie along the lines of I Know What You Did Last Summer and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. Um, when the killer is revealed to be a demon, the film takes on a whole new dimension for me. And I'm glad I didn't read the synopsis beforehand because I didn't really want to know that because watching that be
Yes.
like revealed as you're watching it,
Yes.
it it's
It's one
part
of the
of the
things that
enjoyment of the
obviously
film.
yeah. See, I've watched this a couple of times, and the ones that come after, um, and it's it was, yeah, it was one of them things that at the time I sat there and loads of people I knew watched it and they were like, oh, it's an amazing film. And I'm like, okay. And I did the same thing. I watched it and I thought to myself, oh, this is going to be a typical American slasher in countrysides. They're going to be
Yeah,
chased. They're going to see something going on. They're going to witness something. They're going to be chased down. And but then the more it goes on, the more it's revealed, and you start learning things obviously from the phone call that they have at the diner, and start going through more. You realise that it's not your typical slasher,
no.
and yeah, the demonesque or the demon esque part of it, which I don't think is actually fully explained properly in the franchise at all, that it is a demon or whatever it is.
Yeah, you're never quite sure what it's supposed
But
to be.
it's yeah, but it starts off that it hunts every 20 years or 23 years, and it can hunt for 23 days of them 23, and
Ah,
it's just such a real. But the problem is that I find this because of the fact that I know what the rest of the franchise does. This is quite a slow film for me.
yeah, but I mean, it kind of, I suppose, if they were looking to build it into a franchise, which I don't know if they were at the time, but I don't know. I think the pace works quite well. I like it. I really do. I
It's,
mean, I think it's a really good film.
yeah,
Green screen flying, looking a little dodgy in places, notwithstanding, but I really liked it, and I think it's some excellent effects, some great makeup, and the whole thing about when he finds that underground cavern thing, the way that's done is absolutely incredible. It's
yeah.
really brilliant, really well done.
And
Um,
what I like about it was the fact that the bit that showed me is that Jason Long, I think, he is known a lot for a lot of stuff. For doing comic roles. He's known for being in a lot of comic things. He's known for being in stupid comic things as well.
to be honest, the only thing I knew him from was the Die Hard.
Yeah, and he's in like a lot of weird and wonderful things. But this, I think, it was a good step for him to prove to it, and the fact that with everything else that goes on, you almost sort of you want to root for him, but you don't as well because he's a bit of a dick.
Oh yeah, he is a bit.
And
Yeah,
he's like you sort of want to root for him, but you don't. And I sort of sat there and I was like, a part of me wants you to survive, but part of me also hopes you don't. And
yeah,
but it's one of them things that I sat there and it got to him first finding the bodies when he goes down the tunnel, and I was like, oh, okay, yep, this is not what I was expecting. And but seeing the makeup and the prosthetic use and the visual effects that they used then, and then yeah, okay, there's a few that are dated and you can see it's dated, but I think that the rest of it still holds up.
yeah. I know it does. And I've got to say this. I mean, I know over the years that we've been doing this, I have not been the most complimentary about franchises.
No,
But I would say I might even consider watching the sequel. Not sure about any more than that.
yeah,
But I
there
might.
are a lot to this.
But I might watch more than that. But I'm definitely considering watching the second one.
Yeah, I would say is I would say actually this is where our theory on this whole franchise thing goes a bit out the window. Where the first one's good and the second one's then bad. I actually think that for this, the first one's okay, the second one's a lot better, and the
Right.
third one is then when it starts going downhill.
Oh, okay. Well, there's always going to be the exception that
That's
proves the
just me
rule.
personally.
As I say, there's always the exception that proves the rule,
Yeah,
isn't there?
but I think I do agree with you. Part of me was thinking when thinking about it, is that when they first started, they might not have looked at it as doing a franchise. But I think that this is one that not the fact it's easy to do, but it's also the one that you could just call it Jeepers Creepers because of the fact that it's got the whole where they say the thing of it's 20 years later. So
I,
you could do that or do it as a different form of it or whatever. So
I am dubious of watching the reboot, which is basically a remake of this film, from what I can work out.
yeah,
So I'm dubious watching that. But I might see if I can find. The weird thing is, I can find Jeepers Creepers 3 in a number of different places online and streaming, but I can't seem to find the second one very well at the moment. I'll have a look, see if I can find it. But I don't know, I might just watch that just for my own sort of amusement. I'll see where it goes.
Yeah, they are out there. I'd say it's weird because there's a few of these that like there's one that the whole the bit he does in this one, he does the whole standing on the skeleton, not
Yeah,
skeleton, scarecrow bit,
yeah.
where they do that a lot more in the film, and I think it's really bizarre because it's not actually ever said that that's what he does.
All
It's
right.
more that it's meant to be this dark demon, but they do a whole thing of, oh, he's a scarecrow, but no, he's not.
Yeah.
But what I loved about this, and I still love, is the song,
Oh,
the
right.
Jeepers Creepers song to it,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's the whole, and I love the fact that it actually they made this song for this. Or look, they made like the song like that has played such a big part in the films,
I mean,
and it's subtly done. It's not like in your face. You've got to listen to it. It's
yeah,
very subtly done to the point where like you almost find yourself paying a lot more attention to the songs.
yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know it's a very good. I think it's a very good film, very well put together, and I can see why people think of this as a kind of modern classic horror film.
Yeah.
You know, it definitely ranks up there. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite films, but it ranks up there as being one of the better sort of like post 2000 horror films that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That's the three films we do. Disposable, which we both liked, but both sort of saw problems with the storyline in a few places. Um, Mugs, which we both liked, but neither of us actually consider it to be horror. But
No.
watch it and make your own mind up. And Jeepers Creepers, which we both liked. And I might watch some more. I might actually break my big thing and actually start watching more
Well,
films.
from what I've just said, Jeepers Creepers is on number two's on Prime, but you've got to pay for it.
Yeah,
Number three is on a lot of things, and Reborn's on a lot of things for free
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So
Yeah, two's the seems to be the hardest one to find. It's a bit like Halloween 4. Was
yes,
it 3? No, yeah, I think it's 4. I don't know, I can't remember. Uh, it's the what Season of the Witch, the one that everybody says is rubbish.
yes.
Not actually anything to do with Michael Myers, but yeah. So there you go. Anyway, that's it. Now, next episode, we are going to make ourselves absolutely 100% up to date current because we are going to do a brand new film, only out this year, a brand new feature film.
Oh,
So tune in for that science fiction next time, and keep watching the skies, as they say, or something along those lines. And remember, the truth is out there, but then so is the wind, and more people have the wind than have the truth.
what?
No. Don't ask me what I'm talking about, for God's sake. What do you expect me to know?
Well, if anyone has any idea of how to clarify or make any sense of what my father has just said, please get in touch with me as soon as possible.
Yes, thank you, Scott, for helping and assisting and giving your insight.
So I'm glad I could
Always,
do it.
always a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you to everybody out there who's been watching, listening, and all that kind of stuff. And we will be back next time. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.
The Sciforror Film Podcast.